With the weather we've had this past month, well, areas around the valley have been a little bit damper than usual, and with that comes an influx of all different types of critters.
From spiders to mosquitoes to snakes. 8 News Now reporter Madison Kimbrough looked into it, spoke to residents and a pest control company of what they're seeing, and she has that story.
What you typically see in the desert is now being seen in neighborhoods all across the valley. And people we spoke to say they've seen several of them. Pest control no stranger to dealing with these deadly snakes in all sizes.
3 times a snake came to our house, and the last time was about 2 months ago.
We have a pretty large influx of reptiles in our backyard. My neighbors have found sheddings of larger snakes.
The desert brings all types of wildlife, but recently over at Desert Squad Pest and Wildlife, Joseph Porter says the calls for snakes, particularly rattlesnakes, has been keeping them busy.
Well, the flooding it's kind of forced these rattlesnakes out of their homes and kind of washed them down into this housing setting.
From 6 inches to 6 feet, these cold-blooded reptiles are usually found in warm spots on people's properties.
And people find them in their backyards, by their pool pumps, also be in your garage next to your hot water tank, trying to stay warm. So these are all places that these snakes want to go.
And while snakes mostly want to be left alone, if you or your pet approach one and get bit, it can be deadly.
We're talking about the diamondback rattlesnake and the Mojave green. Both are super poisonous, and if they bite you, you will have to go to the emergency room.
And you won't believe Porter's latest stop.
I was at a kindergarten school here in the Las Vegas Valley, and we got a call about a snake that was on the property by the front door. So we responded out there. Sure enough, we show up, and it is a baby diamondback rattlesnake.
And while most people fear snakes in general, rattlers are typically the only kind that cause a real threat. So if you see one that's out of its environment, it's important that you get professional help and do not handle it yourself. Reporting near Blue Diamond and Buffalo, Madison Kimbrough, 8 News Now.
Madison, thanks. Now, the pest control company telling Madison they mostly see rattlesnakes in Henderson, Anthem, and the Southwest Valley.